Welcome to Life in the Fast Lane with myself and Matt Tift. What's up, buddy?
Oh, just working, coming back from Richmond, Virginia this weekend. Had some time in the shop earlier today, and then just doing some stuff with you earlier. Just taking care of business. So
Taking care of business every way, every day.
right. Yep. Every day, every way.
Right.
Yeah. Been doing good. How about you?
I'm I'm okay, I think. I don't know, dude.
You're a little tanner than usual there.
Oh, that's because I got burnt to high hell in Florida. We just got back from Florida. I don't know. I'm okay. I let's put it this way. If I'm not okay right now, I will be okay at some point.
Normally it's like the third or fourth day. The peeling process is like the worst. So
Right? The only thing is I'm looking at myself and I'm like, oh, this is kind of legit.
Yeah, well, you look more tan than usual. You look good.
I appreciate that. I do.
Well, starting things off, we do have a normal show today, but we're going to get into lots of fun stuff. But we know right now, just on behalf of myself here, just speaking, I want to address obviously the Derek Chauvin trial is going on right now. And we know over the last year, between the pandemic and the George Floyd murder and things going on with that, this has been a big year of unrest for a lot of people. And all I want to say on this is because, there's been a lot of involvement in community matters and things like that have gone on. I just hope that no matter the outcome of this, and, I really do mean this in the most positive way possible. I hope that we're all able to see eye to eye as humans, as equals, that everybody can just get along. I hate the fact that we have things against each other. I hate that things happen the way they do. And you just see it so much now. And I don't know if it's because of social media or what, that it gets put out there more than ever has been. But no matter what, I just hope that from everything we've dealt with in the last year, that something happens positive out of this entire thing to where people can treat each other like people and that we can all get along together. Because at the end of the day, I think that we are all humans, and I feel like we should all treat each other as such, and nobody is above or below anybody else. And I truly think that that is how we should treat things, and everybody should have the same chance in life. And, that's not always the case. But no matter what, my final thing on this is just I hope that it can bring some peace. I hope that we can all just move on and learn and change things how they need to be changed, but just get to a place to where we're not fighting in this country. It's been so sad between the pandemic and the stuff with all the trial going on. I just want there to be a place to where humanity is somewhat restored and we can just all look at each other as human beings. And that's it,
Yeah, no, makes sense.
But anyways, so getting that off the top of the show here, we do have some fun stuff to talk about. And speaking of some kind of cool stories, so today, we've heard this all over the last couple of weeks here with Dogecoin, cryptocurrency on the rise. So leading into tomorrow is what's being coined. I didn't mean to do that, but it's being coined as Doge Day, 420. So Elon Musk has always been pumping up the Dogecoin train here for a while. It's risen pretty high up. They're trying to get it to over $1 on the cryptocurrency side. I was so pissed because I had $1,500 that I put into it, and I had over a few years. But then in February, I had that amount, and it was at like the 7 cents buying point. If I had held that today, it would be worth like 10, 12, something like that, $1,000. Of course, I didn't, and then I bought it at 27 cents. I had sold it, so I rebought again at that $1,500. And I bought it at like 27 cents. And so now the game is, guys, we got to hold, it's the Jordan Belfort thing. So I'm not effing selling. So what we're going to do, we're going to hold, we're going to turn this thing into actually being something so that it can increase in value and everybody gets their value off of this. Okay. So if we all sell, it's going to suck. So just hold it. Please.
Cryptocurrency, listen, I don't know what your stance on cryptocurrencies are, and
So confusing.
well, I don't even care about the confusing part. It's the dumbest thing in the world. It is backed by nothing. It's backed by zero things. There is no monetary value for cryptocurrency, nothing. I don't understand it. I don't want to pretend to understand it. Should I invest in it? I guess, because I mean, you can make your money
not
back
now.
on it. But
You're too late. You're probably too late now. But I don't know. Maybe you're okay. Maybe you can jump in and then sell tomorrow. No, don't sell. We're not selling.
I was gonna say, I thought we weren't selling. I thought we were gonna buy and hold and
This
then
this
get in
is my
trouble
inner
for.
demon, right?
Huh?
Because this is my inner demon because I sold it 2 weeks before this thing skyrocketed and took a big jump. 2 weeks, and you know what I got? You know what I got?
What?
So cryptocurrency, you can't exactly take it out and turn it into normal cash without all these things going on. So they give you the option to go buy gift cards.
To go buy gift cards?
Yep, because it's like tax-free or something like that.
See, that's the problem with pretend money. You're basically gambling on Monopoly money, right? Am I wrong? I don't know. I feel like you're gambling on something that doesn't make any sense, isn't going to actually make you any real money, and is just asinine. I could be wrong, but that's kind of the route I go in.
No, it definitely can make more. You can make real money. The problem is the steps are a little bit more complicated. I guess it's kind of like stocks, like if you're big into stocks and stuff, you can't just sell it like straight cash. You have to go sell the stock, then they have to do this and that, and then transfer it to this account and that account, and send it in.
Right. That's if you're using a broker. If you use Robinhood, you can sell it for straight cash. But
right.
But here's the problem with that is where is the monetary value? I get you can sell it for money, but what is it backed on?
So that's the thing. It's kind of it's like a non-FDIC bank pretty much. Like, you don't know what's worth today. Like I said, 2 weeks ago, my stuff was worth, I bought it at $1,500. It was worth $1,100. Today, it's sitting at like 15,000. Probably at the end of tomorrow with Doge Day, it's probably gonna be worth 30,000 if I had to have kept it. So that's a problem. Is like, it's so big. And here's the other problem too. So it was literally completely done by social media, which is awesome. But at the same time, it sucks because this thing can literally fluctuate. I mean,
up or down.
Up and down. So
right, I understand. Like, I understand what the premises is, but my thing is, you want to talk about limiting. Because I mean, I do dabble in the financials. So if you're looking at something that's going to have long-term roles, this possibly could be it. I'm not saying it's not, just like Bitcoin or whatever the other crap that they're pushing. But this was started because they were trying to stick it to the system. And the problem is the same system they were trying to stick it to adapted it. And basically now all the principles that were behind Bitcoin are over. Now it's just another stock.
Well, but Dogecoin is a weird one because Bitcoin, yes, you're absolutely correct. But Dogecoin is different. So Dogecoin was created off of a meme. It was literally made to be a joke, right? So It was made to be a joke making fun of cryptocurrency. And all of a sudden it became this giant mega deal out of nowhere because of social media, because of Elon Musk, for these people. And he said the irony of this thing is that it literally was to stick it to the system to be a joke. Now, Bitcoin was a totally thought out deal.
Right.
I think Dogecoin was to make fun of Bitcoin. And then all of a sudden, now does it have the value of Bitcoin? No, whatever. No, I don't think so.
But what is it backed by? That's my question. Like, how do you buy this? Like, with Bitcoin, you mine it or whatever. What do you do with, what is it called? Doge?
Yeah. So it's also a computer mined thing, just like Bitcoin's.
But how? What I'm saying is how? How does this happen? Like, why is there a program I can buy, right? So this is my question. And it's not that I think anybody is stupid for backing this or anything like that. I think the concept is stupid. If you can make money off it, go for it. I think a lot of concepts are stupid that you can make money off of. But what the hell is it backed by? How do you purchase these? How do you get them? Do I have to purchase them? Can I buy a computer to mine them? What the hell is the point of this garbage?
No, I completely agree. So basically, the way I understand it, and I don't understand it very well, my friend Connor, he's explained it to me some, and maybe he can come on or something to explain it to us.
It'd be a good idea to try to get somebody in the financial realm to come on the show.
Well, no, he's not financial. He just knows a shit ton more than I do on this topic.
Well, no. I just mean to get anybody that is financially understandable. Like, if you own a firm or something and you deal with stocks and stuff like this, reach out to one of us, because I would love, and as much as I bet our fans would probably like it, I would like it. I want to hear, I want to understand this, because I clearly don't. I'm missing something. I'm missing the point of it, I think.
apparently they make, let's call it this digital currency, right? So apparently they make X amount of it, and it's capped at a market value. So in that market value, there's X amount of assets you can buy. It's kind of like these NTP things that they're making or whatever it is, where you can buy social media. Like you can buy a GIF or let's say you were the I like turtles guy, like little kid.
Sure.
You can go say, hey, that was me. That was my property, or NTF, I think it is. And you can say that was my digital property. You're selling digital properties is basically what it is.
That is the most. So basically, what I'm doing is I used to play a video game called Ark. Mm-hmm. Right? It's a super fun game, and it was super addicting. And there's a thing in Ark where you have to raise animals. Like you tame animals, you get to ride them in the game and have fun. There's PvP servers, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about. It's player versus player servers. And I used to hatch animals. I'm not even kidding you. This is a real story. I used to hatch animals. I used to tame them. And then I would sell them on eBay. And it's fake ass animals. Like it's fake. It's all fake. And here's the worst part about it. If they die, you lose them.
Right.
And I was charging like $7 an animal, and people were paying for it. I guess it was at that moment I should have realized you can sell anything, and if it's but with no backing.
Yeah. Okay. So talking about the digital stuff there. So my account, my Instagram, my Twitter, and stuff was all hacked. This was probably 2016, right? So they went in, breached it, and then they tried to sell it on the dark web for X amount of price. Right. So everything digital space has a price to it. So in the crypto world, now you're basically getting into Picasso, right? So his paintings are worth what people will pay for them, because if you take a raw materials look at them, it is what, $5 maybe.
I'm not a painter. I mean, I'm an artist. I'm a damn good artist, but I'm not a painter. Did you freeze?
So it's basically just where you have a value of something that it was like 0.00005 cents for the longest time. All of a sudden, people started buying it, so the demand went up. So obviously, supply and demand, it gets more expensive as it goes up. So there's a cap of the amount that they can mine, or the quantity that they can have, and then to buy one of the assets, just like a share, essentially, you pay that amount. So, for example, on mine, when I had the $1,500 put in February, I owned 20,000 Dogecoins. When I bought it a few weeks ago, I put like $500 in it, and I owned 1,400 Dogecoins. So you see in there, that should have been, 20,000. That should have been like 5,000 Dogecoins. Instead, it was 1,500 because the price had gone up so much. So, it's an interesting commodity, because what's happening now too is you're looking at NFL players, you're looking at basketball players, you're looking at all these guys, and I think there's the Panthers player who's a defensive tackle or something like that. He actually wanted his salary paid in Bitcoin. Well, so now you're in this crypto world where you can trade between Dogecoin and Bitcoin and all this stuff going on, where you're actually in a spot where you can, even merchants now can accept Bitcoin and Dogecoin as currency. Mark Cuban ended up being one of the smartest guys, because he actually accepted Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as payment, like shares, as payment for their store. So
I remember that.
Right. So let's just say they gave him 1,000 Bitcoin, or I'm sorry, 1,000 Dogecoin to go buy a T-shirt, or maybe 10,000, whatever it was. All of a sudden, now that 10,000 Dogecoin is no longer a like 0.005 cents. That 10,000 is now worth it's now worth like $5,000 with the current market price. So the guys who have done this and hit it hard, like my buddy Connor, he literally bought it, told me to do it, and I was hesitant with Super Bowls when I bought it. And I'm like, this is dumb. I kept on holding. It's like, no, just hold. I'm like, okay. And sure enough, I was 2 weeks short of actually making money on this deal. Now, however, if the floor of it, if the floor raises, because before it was like 0.000 something cents. Right. Now the floor before this jump was like 0.05 cents, or it was 5 cents. So now it's all the way up to 43 cents, 45 cents. The goal is to get it to $1. So if they get it to $1, the floor raises. So I bought in at 27 cents. So you hope that the floor stays higher than your initial investment in it.
Well, sure. I mean, that's with anything. To me, I just don't understand it. I just don't get it.
Dude, I did not understand one bit of it. He tried to explain it to me, and it's fascinating. But I guess the biggest thing to me is I think what's opened up is the idea behind it is that you have the Fed, you have people who are printing money, you have gold and silver, and you have all countries that print their own money. So
Sure.
everything nowadays is digital. So all of a sudden you go, huh, that kind of makes sense that there's a digital currency because this was used on the black market for years. When I was in college,
Sure.
if you wanted a fake ID, you paid with Bitcoin. So I mean that was the deal because you couldn't get caught. It was like using like hidden cash kind of. So now
Sure.
it's being regulated, and for the first time, the reason this took such a big jump too was there's a company I can't remember the name, but this Tuesday or Wednesday they opened it up to be publicly traded for the first time. I think it's
What?
Coinbase.
Bitcoin, right?
So Coinbase opened up for public trading.
Oh,
For the first
Coinbase. Okay.
Yeah, so Coinbase was the company.
I still just don't understand I don't understand the premises because it's like I get what you're saying. I just don't understand how something that can be backed by zero, by nothing, can have any type of actual monetary value. You realize that if a group of people get pissed off enough, they can tank all of this, right? Like that's a very real thing. That's not a conspiracy theory.
No,
They
you're
can
right.
tank it all.
Absolutely. Well, and if you look on crypto.com is where I have my stuff on there. So if you look at Dogecoin's top people on there, and you can go see, they call them whales. Okay. So these whales are more than likely investment firms, and these investment firms hold over, it's like $2 or $3 billion worth, and like US dollars, $2 or $3 billion worth of Dogecoin. If one of those sell, the market share absolutely tanks. I mean, it is insane.
Actually, hold on a second, because this is interesting to me. I didn't know this. Corey Simo just posted, which is if you're watching on Facebook, he commented on there. He said, Bitcoin is mined using computers to solve math problems not previously answered, which is why there's a limited number. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make any sense.
So how is that a commodity? I don't get that part.
I don't either. But then Jason Carey also just said that Dogecoin is not supported by Coinbase.
Right. Yes. And that's the thing is they came out and just started publicly trading crypto, but they did Bitcoin. Okay. They've not done Dogecoin yet. So I don't think there's a publicly traded company on the NASDAQ or stock market that is offering Dogecoin. Now, this is the tide, right? This is what they're trying to push for, right, is to get where Dogecoin can be on the map.
Right. So are you telling? So basically, there's just like Bitcoin, Dogecoin has nothing supported by them, right? This is just out there, huh?
Not Dogecoin, Dogecoin.
Oh, all right. So Dogecoin has nothing supported.
Right. So the example is Bitcoin has been around for a while, right? So
well, yeah, it's been around. Bitcoin has been around since I think I was in. I mean, it had to have been since I was in school. I just remember I remember when it first came out. Right, I do remember that. I remember Bitcoin first came out, and the first thing I thought of, and God, I hate myself over it, is this is not going to last 7 months.
Yeah.
Like, I did not think, because of the love of gold and silver, and I'm not talking about the love of it, like, personally. I'm talking about you have to have a monetary value for something to go anywhere. And if you're not backed by gold or silver, platinum, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, you run a the highest risk, actually. I don't even know how to explain this to what my mind went through. You can't have money backed by nothing. You just can't. If it's not, what is the value of it? And once people realize that, it's going to tank.
Well, I think they realized that already because that's the whole deal is that it's not backed by the Fed. It's not backed by anything. So I think that's why it's so fascinating that it's happening because you're basically taking a gamble on something that does not have a tangible asset to it. I mean, it'd be like give a loan. It'd be like a bank giving you a loan. It's like 2008 all over again. Yeah. Even worse, they give you a loan on a house that does not exist. There's no there's no what you call it?
It's a bubble, dude. The
Yeah.
cryptocurrency is in a bubble. It's gonna pop. It has to pop. Gold,
Yeah.
silver, platinum, stuff like that is backed by some type of precious metal.
Yep.
Is why we have the dollar. It's why there's a euro. It's why this is happening. It's why your money is worth something. It's why there's always something currently going. That's why China, in all honesty, China came in and bought 90% of our gold reserves because they knew it was backed by something. Bitcoin, whoever did this, I'm telling you, it's going to take. What's going to happen is Bitcoin or whoever's supporting it's going to piss off somebody. Something's going to happen. A group of people, and it's going to tank, and then the bubble's going to burst. And once you get into a situation like that, how do you recover? What if you put, like you said, like just for a sec, you said that the football player or whatever that was taking Bitcoin as payment for a contract, you have to be talking of millions of dollars. Millions upon millions of dollars. What happens if the second he gets that contract, I'm not saying he didn't already, but what happens 2 years down the line if Bitcoin were to blow up as a bubble? He can't even back that up by gold or silver.
Right. Yeah. So that's the problem, is that you can definitely get stuck in that thing. But what it does allow you to do now, that people are actually accepting Bitcoin as payment. Now, Dogecoin, not so much. Now you can transfer. That's the weird thing. You can transfer almost like when you go to a new country, like a currency transfer deal.
Mm-hmm.
You can transfer the currency of Dogecoin to Bitcoin, which then you can go buy a commodity to go back it, like gold or silver or whatever.
Sure.
So there are Bitcoin banks and things like that, but it's not like you're not wrong, because with that the NFL player there, he has now become one of the wealthiest players because of him asking to do that, right? Currently, now one Bitcoin is equal to almost $60,000. Almost $60,000. I remember I had a buddy in middle school. His name is Brandon. He bought one Bitcoin. Okay. Not Dogecoin, just Bitcoin. Maybe it wasn't even the full one. No, it must have been the full one. Anyways, got to 2014. We graduated school, and he told us, he goes, guys, I sold my Bitcoin. We're like, okay. Right. And he said, no, I sold my Bitcoin. We're like, okay, cool, bud. He goes, no, I literally just paid for all my college.
See, that's crazy to me. It makes that makes less sense than anything. To me, it's just dumb. You're not backed by gold. And I'm not saying that, I don't know. To me, it doesn't make any sense. I don't understand it. I'm not going to knock anybody for making a profit off it. Obviously, if it's selling, do it. Make money. Do it. Absolutely. 100%. Make your money. But to me, I wouldn't put that much into it just because. And again, I get nervous about that kind of stuff. You got
to see it as a very high risk deal, right? So you can't just go into it saying, I'm going to make my life's fortune off of this. I mean, some people have, don't get me wrong. Like when they got into it earlier, they forgot they had it. I saw there's an article of a guy who had like 5,000 shares, they had like 50,000 shares from like 4 years ago, forgot about it, then woke up and realized he got on his app and realized he was a millionaire. Like that kind of stuff is crazy.
I mean, it's just, I don't know, man. That's crazy. I just don't understand. I want to understand it. And I'm not knocking anybody for it. So before I get comments about, oh, you think I'm dumb, I think you're brilliant. I think whoever bought this, I think you're brilliant because I didn't. I did not buy that when I should have, and I remember when it came out, but I was so cynical about it. I thought it was the stupidest thing in the world, and I didn't buy it. And whoever did buy it, God bless your hearts, because you're, and I don't mean that in the Southern way. I mean, I literally, God bless your heart, because you have done I mean, that's amazing. I personally don't understand it.
So what we're going to do is we have my friend Connor, who's not, let me just put this out there. He's not a financial guy. He's just someone who has done extensive research on Dogecoin. So he is somebody who has explained a lot to me. I still don't understand it, but he is going to explain it to us. So I think we're going to have him on here in a second.
Right now?
Connor,
today?
Right now, yeah.
Oh, Connor, heck yeah.
Can you hear us?
I hear you guys.
All right, Connor. So I'm about to. Should I take notes in all honesty? Because this is about to be good.
Look, so I'm not an expert, and no one is really an expert what's going on here. It's such a new thing, cryptocurrency. Nobody really knows how to handle. I think I was just listening to your podcast like 10 seconds ago. We were talking about the bubble. Is the bubble at 40 cents for Doge? It's 40 cents, isn't it? Throw it 40 cents out the window. It's fine.
Right.
there hasn't been a bubble pop yet.
That's true.
With Doge, it's backed by so many retail consumers like us, everyday Americans, and we just keep hyping this coin up. It's not going away anytime soon, but it seems like to me, every milestone we have hit, all of us has hit. We wanted the nickel, we got the 5 cents. We wanted the dime, we got the dime. And next was the quarter. It's crazy. Last week, it was at 7 cents. Now it's at 41, 42 last time I checked.
Yeah, well, that's what I was telling Keith is that I feel like, and I told you, Connor, I feel like a dumbass because I sold it for some gift cards.
Yeah, I told this man at Super Bowl, I was like, Matt, you need to get on us. It's backed by people that we like. I mean, you're supposed to invest in things that you like. So you know about and my main guy is Elon. I think a lot of people's guys is Elon.
Fact.
And every time he tweets about it, when it was like down 8 cents, it would jump up 2 or 3 cents, a spike real quick. So I knew it was going to be stable when it hit like 5 to 6. And it was like that for like a month or so. But then the Twitter community and the Reddit community just came together and kept pushing this coin. And now your parents know about it. Your coworkers know about it now. They've heard the word Doge. And I think the goal is for this Doge is to reach $1. $1 is the prime key. It's a long road, but I think we're going to get there. I really do.
So my question for you, because we texted about it earlier on, is so tomorrow is Doge Day, right? So we're going into Doge Day. It'll hit the biggest mark it's ever hit tomorrow, okay?
Yes.
So
facts.
Tomorrow, maybe it's above 50 cents. Maybe it is whatever it is, right? So what's going to happen, though, is there's going to be a ton of people that are going to sell tomorrow, right? So they're going
Absolutely.
So you and I talked about the floor. So I was just telling Keith this. The floor used to be like 5 cents for a long time.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden now you were texting me saying it's 20-something cents. So what's going to be crazy, though, is you have a Coinbase that just let people buy Bitcoin through a publicly traded company. All of a sudden, Dogecoin is in the mix here. They're not publicly traded yet, but that could happen down the road, which is why you're saying hold on to the money, because someday, I have to believe someday that this is going to be publicly traded.
I believe so the day it reaches $1 is when the first 2 minutes is known of Coinbase accepting Dogecoin, where you can buy on their platform. The largest platform is Coinbase. And the moment they allow Doge to be sold, it's a top 5 coin. I still don't know why they're not offering it. They offer coins like in 30th, 40th place down there, but Doge is top 5. And we have been teeter-totting all the way up to 5. We go to 10, we come to 5. But so back to the 420 day, it's obviously a meme day. It's a meme day and it's a meme coin. It's going to be a hard spike and a hard drop. But the biggest day is when Coinbase is going to allow Doge. It's going to allow my parents. It's going to allow other people who don't know as much. And it's an easy stock to get into. It's not like Bitcoin where you got to throw 20K just to get something out of it. It's 40 cents right now.
Yeah, right.
God, you're making me want to buy it. Should I? Wait, let me.
You haven't already?
I know.
He is not.
I know you're not a financial advisor, but if I were to sit down and talk with you, maybe even outside the show, and I said, "Hey, man, I got I'm thinking about throwing $400, $500. Should I do it?"
I would wait till 420. I'll wait like a day or two after 420. I don't personally know what's going to happen tomorrow, but I was talking to Matt. The way I do everyone has their own style, but my style, I would throw like $20, $30 a week if it was a good buy. If not, I didn't buy. But I will tell you this. I look at the top 3 coins, how they're doing. If I see Bitcoin and Ethereum dropping like crazy and not even a slight check mark, I don't buy Doge. You want to look at the daddies. You got to look at your dad first for confirmation if you want to buy the Doge. So once you see that Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then Doge will finally catch itself and have like a positive rate of climb. I'll have like a little check mark. And then that's my definition of the floor. It's an early definition of the floor because it's only going to drop so much. But if I was talking to somebody who has no Doge and wants to get in on the Doge, just wait. It's going to be there tomorrow. It's going to be there next week. I'm sorry, but you missed a heck of a climb. That was last week. We can't go back in time, but we can focus on now.
So do you think it's gonna? So you think it's gonna keep climbing? Then you think it's gonna stop? It's not going anywhere. It's gonna be another Bitcoin.
Doge's not going away for another year.
For 100%. At least a year.
There's so many people involved in it. There's so many people who listen to the influencers, to listen to people, and it's always in the conversation at some point in time when you're talking to somebody. It's like, hey man, do you have any Doge? It's like it's always in the conversation when you even talk to your friends.
That's crazy.
Well, yeah. So after like water cooler talk, after Doge Day, it's going to happen. It becomes a bigger deal. So even it drops back down, like you said, the floor is going to be higher. But next year's Doge Day, it's going to be even bigger, and then it keeps on climbing. And then, like you said, once Coinbase takes it, that's where it accelerates and takes off. But one thing that Keith was asking me about, because we tried to look up to see what the heck a Bitcoin mining thing even was, because he said it's something to solve a math problem, right?
Yeah.
So what is a Dogecoin? Like, what is it mines? Like, do you know that?
You can mine Dogecoin. I don't know anyone who does. I know Elon Musk's son does. I know Elon Musk put like a little computer and he was mining Doge, but I don't hear many people mining Doge for some reason. I don't know if it's because it's so low. I don't know if it's even worth the time, but I don't know anything about the mining of the Doge. I do know people buy these super complex, expensive CPU, GPUs, and like that's all. They have no monitors, no nothing. They just have the graphics card or the CPU card, like 8 of them with a cooling fan, and they'll make like $50 to $60 a day.
That's
just doing that.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
Yeah, no, I actually heard about that. So when I was first listening to, trying to figure out what Bitcoin was, I was young too, though. When I was first trying to figure out what Bitcoin was, I did hear about these supercomputers that they have these rooms and that's just jam-packed full of towers and everything else with what you just said, these super big cooling fans and stuff like that. And these people made a fortune. Like, it's crazy. I think I have a Bitcoin wallet somewhere. When it first started, like, I was like, oh, I'm going to mine it. It's cool. And then, like, I got a Bitcoin, a Bitcoin computer or a wallet. I can't remember how I did it, but I don't think there's anything in it. But I was all like, this is crazy. I want to join the fad. Not realizing that my regular computer isn't going to be able to come close to getting anything. So then, but I did hear what you said. Like, that's crazy.
That's crazy. And I heard about Bitcoin when I needed a fake ID. Like Matt said. That's the first time I ever heard. I never even thought about this was even a thing nowadays.
You were hesitant to say that. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I'm not the only one out there. You got a fake ID. But
oh, hell yeah.
Bitcoin's been around so long and Doge is so new. If Bitcoin has not hit the bubble and bust all the way to zero, I don't think Doge is anytime soon. And it's like, do you trust the government, the U.S. currency, with all this inflation going on, the $2 million getting thrown in our economy, another $1 million for the stimulus? It's just the inflation of our dollars going down, but we as the people can actually have a say in these coins, kind of. And it's kind of like healing.
No, and I do agree with you that the people are able to have a say in it. But what scares the hell out of me, and honestly, is that you were just talking about, do I trust the government dollar? I haven't trusted the government dollar since it hasn't been honestly backed by gold.
The gold standard,
the gold standard. Our gold standard is gone, and that's what I was telling Matt. Like, I don't like Bitcoin is really not backed by any gold standard, but neither is our dollar anymore. So I think that's a problem, and I guess to an extent, yes, you guys, whoever was involved in it, whoever was involved with Bitcoin, and even now, I keep saying it wrong. What is
Doge?
Dogecoin. Whoever's involved in this is trying to fix. I think personally is legitimately trying to fix a problem with our system, even with the gold standard we have now. So again, I don't hate anybody for it. I don't think anybody's dumb for doing it. I just personally didn't understand enough about it that I got scared. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, you only throw in the money. I think me and Matt talking about. You only throw in. It's gambling. At the end of the day, it is gambling. It's not. You got to go to school for 4 years, get a degree, and learn about the financial market and stocks. Right. You can download an app, put your bank account in, and throw money at it right now. It's crazy because anyone can do it anytime, anywhere, in your control of it. And talking to some of the young people I work with, they're actually changing this. Like 25% of their portfolio is this retirement. Like they're putting in crypto stocks.
Damn. See, that would scare the hell out of me.
Yeah. Well, but it's working now. It's working now.
Like, on that note, I told Connor a couple weeks ago, I said, I would love to be in a position where I just said, you know what? And this would have been the perfect time too. I was like, you know what? I wish I had 10 grand in play money, like I'm going to the casino, because I'll bring $40 to a casino. I always bring $40 to a casino to go play blackjack. That's my deal. So I said, I wish I had 10 grand to go put into this deal, because if you do that, you just let it sit for 30 years. The way things are going with digital stuff and currencies, and I was talking about the NFTs or whatever the heck they are with the digital stuff. Yeah, it's so crazy how much now, like I was telling him, like, I like Turtles kid is probably going to be a millionaire because he can go sell that little clip he made.
Yeah, it's crazy to speak about NFTs. I just saw an article today, and it's been out, but you can buy digital land. Yes, you can buy digital land.
What the hell does that even mean?
Is this
I don't know. I just know you can buy digital land and you own that piece of property digitally.
But here's my question though: is where does this land? Like I could in Minecraft, like in art.
I don't know.
Like where can I go buy digital land, and what am I gonna put on it? I can't farm. I can't put a house. I can't have solar energy. I mean, what?
Well, here's the deal. Here's what happens. So Elon, you get the Dogecoin up all the way. Then he's got that chip deal that goes in your brain. So then in the afterlife, you go to that land that you purchased, and then you live there happily ever after with your.
That's not a bad idea.
And with your Dogecoin dogs.
I'm not putting a chip in my brain. It's not happening.
Go ahead, Matt.
I was going to say it's not like it's helped already. I mean, it could use.
Yeah. Let's. Okay. So Matt thinks I'm an idiot, but that's okay. So if
I'm talking to anyone out there who wants to do Doge, just wait 2 days. It's a nice stock to get into. It makes you learn how to read stocks, how to set up for your future. It's an easy mean to do. And I think everyone should get into it.
I think that's pretty actually sound advice. I mean, to be honest with you, because again, you're not a financial advisor, whatever. I know. I know that has to be a stupid disclaimer for people who can't figure out coffee's hot. But when you're talking, like you've obviously done a lot of research into it to the point of you can talk intelligently about it, and that's why you're able to invest and do what you did, because you're talking about it like honestly, like you know, like you are part of it, like you are.
I didn't read no books. I just studying it and just reading the maps,
and that's the best way to do it.
Yeah. It's 40 cents. Throw $10 at it tonight. See what happens.
All right.
Yeah.
If you got to twist my arm, okay.
Yeah. It's $10.
All right. Cool, man. Well, thanks for coming on and explaining to it, because we're just a bunch of babbling idiots trying to understand what this dog meme is trying to do to the world.
Hey, dog meme is going to rule the world. Hear me out. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, no problem, man. Anytime. So that was super, 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 super interesting. I say we take our first break and probably the last break of the night. You down for that?
Let's do it. Well, if you're bored during the break, make sure you, go check out the cryptocurrency market and go check out what's going on.
That's right. When we come back, though, I want to talk about Steve Urkel and Purple Urkel.
Okay.
We'll be back, guys. Don't go anywhere. Check out our Twitter while we're there. Teespring, all that good stuff. It's all floating on the screen somewhere, not on OnlyFans. We'll be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Life in the Crypto Lane with Matt Tift and myself, talking about Dogecoin. I still can't pronounce it. I just can't. Dogecoin. I sound like I'm trying to say, I don't know. It's bad. Doesn't sound right. So I don't understand anything about Dogecoin, but your buddy does, and he made me. He didn't make me. He twisted my arm and told me that I had to buy $10 worth of it, and I'm going to. I'll try it out. What the hell, right?
That's right. You're like twice as loud as normal. Are you yelling? Are you excited?
I'm excited about Doge to the moon. Isn't that what they say now, or some crap?
To the moon. Absolutely.
Doge to the moon. Hashtag Doge to the moon. I still don't understand it. I mean, I get it. I think cryptocurrency started out as a very, very good thing. I just don't understand it enough because it makes me, and then it makes me angry that I don't understand it. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm going to buy some. And then I'm like, no, because I don't understand it. And I'm like, it's going to pop. There's going to be a bubble. Something's going to happen. We're going to be screwed. And I guess that's not the case. So I'm going to go buy $10 worth of Dogecoin, and I'm going to become a multi-zillionaire.
There you go.
Off of $10.
I mean, maybe if you hold that for 50 years, it might be worth $10 zillion. It might be the next Apple.
I'm not going to be alive for 50 years, so if I'll pass it on to my kids, I guess.
That's fair.
Huh?
I said that's fair. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, but one thing I wanted to ask you about that was, so something that was surprising to me, right? So we're talking about Doge and how cryptocurrency at some places now being accepted. There's crypto ATMs. There's all this stuff around the country now, right?
Sure.
So the problem, we're talking about the actual dollar. And I had a problem with this, okay? So we're at AMC, which, by the way, Reddit and Twitter saved, okay?
Correct.
And so they don't accept cryptocurrency there, which they should because they saved their ass and got them back going.
Sure.
But so I tried to pay with cash, actual cash. They would not accept cash. Are you kidding me?
The only thing is, isn't that illegal? Don't they have to accept tender?
They do not. Nope. I found that out because most places now will not accept cash due to the coronavirus with that, which I don't accept as an actual excuse. So if you're going to do that, you can't accept cash. You have to have a credit card, which doesn't make any sense. So this is where I see, though, if Dogecoin is going to become popular and Bitcoin even more popular, all that kind of stuff,
sure,
is going to be because businesses are not going to accept the dollar anymore, the actual physical dollar, the tangible one. So that opens the gateway and the door to why this may be a feasible investment for the next 10, 20, 30 years to come. Because when in our history have we not, if you give me $1, when in our history have we not taken that dollar, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's the other thing I don't understand. And again, I said at the beginning of all this talk was that it's not backed by anything. It's not backed by gold. It's not backed by silver. It's not backed by platinum or whatever you want to call it backed by. But then he kind of made a point, your buddy kind of made a point. It's not, even our dollar isn't technically on the gold standard anymore. And it's not that we've pulled it away. They'll tell you it is. They'll tell you it's backed by something. But theoretically speaking, our dollar's not backed by jack. Like, it's not backed by anything.
Well, it's backed by Joe.
Who the hell's Joe? Don't. See, you ruined it. You ruined. Gosh darn it, Matt. No, but how do you feel? Like, okay, so you're gonna get. You're obviously, you already had it, and you sold it for some Cheesecake Factory gift cards, so, which is okay. I mean, hell, you like cheesecake. But what I don't understand is what happens when this thing explodes, right? Because that's what everybody's waiting for. Now, I don't mean pop. I don't mean the bubble's going to burst. I mean, what happens when this thing skyrockets? How many cryptocurrencies are there currently that are tradable and worth whatever make-believe people are saying it's worth?
Well, that's funny because I don't know. If you go on crypto.com, there's a ton of different things. Let's see. So how many crypto...
Yeah, because he was talking about Dogecoin fluctuating.
Dude, there are 4,000 cryptocurrencies.
That doesn't make any sense, Matt. Now, to me, that doesn't make sense. I guess to other people, fine. But how in the hell are you supposed to pick the right one, and who's accepting these as forms of payment?
So that's where Connor was talking about the big dogs in there, right? So you got the Mac Daddies, which is Bitcoin.
Don't ever say Mac Daddy again, but okay.
It's not your fault, but urethane. I don't know. ETH is the letters. I know that.
Sure.
And then Dogecoin is put on there. But he's right, though, because you see ones that are at 30, 40, 50 below on there that do come back up and are listed on there. So those are, I think they're showing the top 50 when you go to a trading site with that.
Sure.
So you're 4 weeks ago, you were already below penny stock trading. I mean, this is below.
Sure.
Because there's less than a penny.
Right. Makes sense.
That's what I was saying to one guy. He woke up and forgot he had a bunch of Dogecoin, woke up and realized that he was worth like $2 or $3 million from his couple bucks he put in.
I would have sold the hell out of that. I would have. Let me tell you, if that ever happens to me, I'm waking up and dude. You think Hillis was able to hurdle people, and I'm getting to that line as quick as humanly possible.
Well, so here's the thing, because the problem is that if you sell it, you have to hold more than 1 year to not get hit with the 40 or 50% short-term gain taxes on there. So that's another important thing to remember is if you're going to sell tomorrow because you made a few bucks this last week,
sure,
you're going to get 50% of that. So
see, I just don't understand it. I want to understand it, Matt. I do. Damn it, I want to understand it. Hey, while we got everybody in here, give Matt a follow at Matt_Tift. Give me a follow at KeithMyGirl1 on Twitter so we can keep talking about Dogecoin. I don't know, if I hit like a certain number of Twitter followers, I'll buy that many Dogecoins, so that would be cool. Just saying, you could do it too.
You won't.
I'm telling you, I will. If it's only going to cost me $10. Depending on how many followers I get, we'll see what happens.
Okay. Well, so one thing I think is very interesting with this is if you have, I'm just trying to think, so some places are not accepting dollars. Again, let's go back to that because I think that's messed up. First of all,
it is messed up.
So beyond that, okay, so there was all these businesses were saying there's a national coin shortage. I never saw a national coin shortage, to be honest with you. I think places did it because they didn't want to spread germs and that's their deal, but every time I went to the bank, they were able to give me coins. They kept on saying there's a national coin shortage. How do we have a national coin shortage? They print dollar bills like it's nothing, then they stop coins all of a sudden. I don't get that part. So when that goes to the cryptocurrency world, again, I think this is sparked because this whole last year, you're seeing there's problems with the dollar. There's problems with stocks. We're going to hit a stock market crash eventually, right? There's going to be a crypto crash, of course. It's going to fluctuate like nothing else does.
Yeah, no, for sure. And again, I don't believe, dude, as soon as we got the dollar off the gold standard, we knew there was going to be problems. At least, and honestly, it goes back to our parents understanding that there was going to be issues. Our grandparents knew there was going to be issues. But for me, for cryptocurrency, when you can just what's stopping anybody from making cryptocurrency? Why can't I make like the K-Dog coin or whatever, or something weird like that, or like the volleyball coin or Tyler's coin or KM voice coin? Why can't I do that? What's stopping it? And if this isn't being mined, and he said it might be, he didn't say it wasn't, he said it could be, he just didn't know anybody that did it. So my biggest question is, what's stopping anybody from doing the exact same thing?
I don't know, but the difference comes in that Bitcoin has been around long enough to have an actual value to it, right?
Yeah.
And then Dogecoin has not had a value. All of a sudden, it has a value because of social media. So that was the only reason that it got any value at all, was because of everyday people on social media talking about it. Without that, it is absolutely true that there is no freaking value to this coin whatsoever.
Yeah,
so,
I just don't understand.
Honestly, Keith, it comes from, there wouldn't be the resurgence of this if it wasn't for Elon Musk. And the reason I think there is such a resurgence in it is because he holds millions of shares in Dogecoin. He's the father of Dogecoin when it comes to promoting. So people listen to him on Tesla. They listen to him on the Boring Company with the flamethrowers. They listen to him on all this stuff. So when you think of the most forward-thinking guy since Steve Jobs, this and Bill Gates in his prime before he went on his vegan stuff, this is the most forward-thinking guy.
No, you're right.
That we've had. He is the modern-day Benjamin Franklin of where society will be in the future. Are things implemented exactly how they should be now? No. However, the guy's smart, and if he has all this money invested into it, and he's saying, yeah, it was a joke, but honestly, I think there's going to be a future, because I think he's saying, well, what we live in is a joke. Everything we know is a lie. We're being deceived all the time, so why not have something that you can go take care of and control of yourself? I don't think that's a bad thought process behind it.
No, I don't think. Like I said, if we're going to do this and it's going to happen, which it looks like it clearly is going to happen, we're either going to be behind it, which is going to make it skyrocket and is going to replace everything, or we have to be very wary of what could happen if you do invest all of your life savings into it, or if you do try to use it as a form of currency and the only form of currency. I think you just got to be very wary of it. That's just my opinion. I don't know.
No, of course. Well, it's when you meet with any financial advisor, they will tell you to have your general long-term growth potential, right?
Sure.
Then you have your medium risk portfolio. You have your retirement in there too.
Yeah.
And then you have your risk portfolio. This should be, as a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, but This should be your fund risk money that you go, you know what? Screw it. I don't need this tomorrow. I don't need this in 5 years. If I make a killing on this, awesome. If I do not, I will not be able to put family or food on my family's plate.
Right.
We have to do that. So
that's how you should look at any investment anyways, but
well, I mean, unless you're working with a certified financial advisor that says you should look at this entire long-term deal. However, what I will say is there are people right now that have made millions off of this, literally millions, because they believe in a meme. It is literally a meme. So tomorrow is 420. It's National Weed Day. It's Meme Day. Now it's Doge Day. There's so much firepower behind this where when we have tomorrow's show, from what we're talking about tonight to what changes to tomorrow, there's going to be so much shit that has happened, good or bad.
Oh, yeah.
It is going to blow up. I mean, this week will be insane when it comes to financial stuff.
Yeah, no, I agree. All right, guys, we are coming to the end of the show. So, again, follow us at Keith Meiger1. Follow Tift at Matt_Tift. Check out our Teespring. Check out our Patreon, which is not an always fan. Make sure we have a show tomorrow, right?
We do. And obviously tomorrow is 420. So, Keith, I heard you had a fun topic we're going to talk about tomorrow with was it Will Smith? Is that right?
Will Smith? No, it's Steve Urkel and Snoop Dogg kicking it. They're making Purple Urkel. Dude, that's just badass. I don't care if you smoke weed or not. If Purple Urkel is available in your area, you're going to smoke it. You have to. I know, it's funny, but, like, you have to smoke it. And the thing is he got, like, the perfect promotion partner. He got Snoop Dogg to endorse it. Dude, if you get Snoop Dogg to endorse weed that is under your brand, dude, that's like that's the equivalent to having Willie Nelson do it. Like, if you're a country singer, like, dude, it's gonna happen. It's Purple friggin' Urkel, dude. Like, you have to smoke it. So while you're smoking your Purple Urkel and you're reading your memes and you're buying your Dogecoin or Dogecoin, whatever the hell it's called, Dogecoin, you're going to listen to Life in the Fast Lane right here tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, and then you're going to all follow us at Keith Meiger1 and at Matt_Tift, and you're going to buy a lot of stuff from Teespring because you're going to be super stoned, and it's going to be super funny.
Well, I'm not publicly endorsing any marijuana use, although you do know that I'm very outspoken about CBD use, so I will put that out there. I'm very much in favor of that. However, I do want to know in this whole deal, Martha Stewart's got to be involved somewhere, right?
Well, she's making the brownies for Purple Urkel.
What?
She's making the brownies for the Purple Urkel.
There you go. Yep,
that's what I'm saying. Martha Stewart's she's the queen. Like, I love that girl. Martha Stewart's awesome. All right, guys, tomorrow, make sure you tune in 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here with me and Matt Tift. It'll be a fun time talking about Steve Urkel. Maybe we'll play the Family Matters theme song when we come in, and then we can play Drop It Like It's Hot right after that.
Good. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, 7 p.m. Doge, you miss it.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.